Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on You're Cordially Invited, starring Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell. And this movie has been anticipated by me for quite a while. And I am a big fan of Reese Witherspoon, both as the woman she is and just her body of work as an actress, both comedy and drama. Morning show recently, Big Little Lies. She has a real scope and depth to her acting that she doesn't get enough credit for. Um, I could do a whole video talking about her for hours. But I also have always liked Will Ferrell too. More in like the Step Brothers, Talladega Nights era, but I'm happy to say this is another big win for the both of them. I like this movie a lot. I had a really good time with it. Of course, it's an Amazon film. It wasn't necessarily like made by Amazon, but happened to land on being a streaming movie, as many actually fairly significant movies do these days. And of course, Will Ferrell is a single father. He ends up, planning and booking his daughter's wedding. And meanwhile, you have Reese Witherspoon by the name of Margot. Will Ferrell is Jim, by the way. Margot books her sister's wedding, and because of a mistake with who they communicate with and the circumstances of that, they double book, and then they kind of have to deal with each other over the weekend. Uh, I was looking forward to it for quite a while. It could have came out last year. It was really odd how far back it got pushed. I'm guessing that's just more to do with like Amazon's schedule, I suppose, with their releases. Um, but yeah, I had a really good time with this movie. There is cursing in it. There is like some more like adult. I don't know if I want to say adult humor, but kind of like adult language than you'd expect, which is a lot of fun. Um, People who know Reese just for like Legally Blonde and Sweet Home Alabama might be a little shocked, but she's covered these bases before in her filmography. The best part of the movie is obviously Will Ferrell and Reese just kind of laying into each other. The scene right here on one of the posters here, being one of those prime examples, but just how that tension escalates and kind of the family dynamic kind of gets skewed on both ends. Even the young actress who played Will Ferrell's daughter, I thought he had good chemistry with. There's Will Ferrellisms in this movie too, and I think it's one of Will Ferrell's best movies, probably in a long time too. Um, Especially for him. Uh, this is probably one of my favorites. Probably my favorite of his since like that 2000s era I was just talking about. Uh, and with Reese, I think again I love her body of work, and I think this could crack my top 10 of hers as well at least. Um, I could not do the dialogue justice. It's pretty good, or at least delivered really well by two just complete veterans. Um, I could not do it justice though by repeating it, so I'm not going to butcher it right now or any of the jokes in it. Um, but it's paced nicely. I mean, it's an hour 52, and at first you're like, oh, it could probably end, a little sooner than that, but it stops just short of overstaying its welcome, I think. It was almost getting there for me, but they do kind of make it count. There's a bit of heart and a bit of sentimentality to it as well. There's a sweetness to the story as it goes, which is, always brings that comfort in these sorts of movies. It's not like an original thing, but the ballpark you're in with both of these people, both of these actors, being in this sort of movie. It's what you'd expect, but that's not really a bad thing all the time either. And I think it was really good at what it went for. But yeah, it's it's been like a month in 2025 so far, but it's probably my favorite movie of the year thus far. Yeah, I do recommend you check it out. I'm giving it like an A minus somewhere in there. Nothing really wrong with it. It's for me very successful in what it was. You're cordially invited. So yeah, when you guys thought about it, follow me on TikTok, of course, Twitter, Instagram later.